PPT slides, right? So we will go in that way only. So like first, I'll start with the overview of dynamic CRM, and then
Mm.
next administration. Then we'll go with the functional, and then we'll cover the technical and advanced technical.
Okay.
Okay, so and whatever we will be doing on this one, we will do in an on-premise instance. So I'll have the on-premise instance, and for your practice purpose, you can register online. So I'll tell you the steps to register online. So whatever we are going to do, same thing you will be able to do in the online instance. Okay, so to start with the Microsoft Dynamics CRM overview. So Microsoft Dynamics CRM comes with three types of deployments.
Second,
Online.
we know
Yes.
once we start through the sessions, we are
Yes,
having
sir.
Monday to Friday, right?
Right.
How long? You
Daily
eight.
1 hour session. Daily 1 hour session will have it.
Your time 8:30, right?
Yes, my time 8:30 to 9:30.
Okay. And how many hours you think need to finish
See,
this?
this depends upon the how interactive the session. It's not targeted like only in 30 days or 40 days. It has to get completed. See, it
Oh,
depends upon
nice.
how interactive the session is.
Okay, good, great. Yeah.
See, sometimes what happens is like depend upon the candidate or the batch, like it gets completed early, and sometimes it takes more time also.
No
So
problem.
there is no
Yeah.
specific time frame like it has to get completed only in 30 days or 40 days. So
Oh,
how
okay.
interactive the session. So we'll be covering all the topics. So don't worry in
Yeah.
that way. So it is not
Okay.
targeted into that schedule.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, we are using two CRMs, as already I told you, right?
Yeah.
Salesforce and this one. We are trying to remove Salesforce soon and putting everything into CRM. So I want to not hurry, just learn, at least um, useful way, Yeah, I want
All
to
right.
take this
Mhm.
business. Yeah, thank you. Yes, let's start
Okay.
then.
Right. So Microsoft Dynamics CRM Online, with Microsoft Dynamics CRM Online, you will be able to benefit from the efficiency of a CRM in the cloud. So what does this means is like online version of Dynamics CRM is a cloud hosting. You don't require any hardware, any software, or dedicated technical team who needs to monitor the server 24 by 7 in online version of Dynamics CRM. So the benefit of choosing online version of Dynamics CRM on the cloud is you don't require any hardware, any software, or any technical team who needs to monitor the server 24 by 7. Next, your database will be fully managed on Microsoft servers that you could access through a web connection. So you can increase the users or add the capabilities whenever you need. So which means that in online version of Dynamics CRM, we have a limitation that you will not be able to access the database. Your database is fully managed on Microsoft servers, fully managed on Microsoft servers that you could access through a web connection, or you can increase or add the capabilities whenever you need. Next, avoid the overhead of dedicated CRM server. You don't require any dedicated CRM server in online version of Dynamics CRM. CRM feature updates are typically released in the cloud before the on-premise edition. So which means that whenever a new version is released or a new feature is released, first it will get released in online version of Dynamics CRM. Then it goes to the on-premise version of Dynamics CRM. Next, upfront licensing cost and includes the CRM upgrade. Upfront licensing cost and includes the CRM upgrades, which means that in online version of Dynamics CRM, you're going to pay to Microsoft per user per month minimum $15 per user per month minimum $15, and based on the features, the user based license will get increased in online version of Dynamics CRM. Predictable monthly subscription. You're going to pay to Microsoft per user per month, minimum $15. The next 99.9% service level agreement financially backed by Microsoft, which means that Microsoft is providing 99% service level agreement that systems will be up and running. Systems will be up and running. There won't be any downtime. There won't be any downtime. Data protected by 5 layers and disaster recovery plan. As a customer, we are not responsible for any disaster recovery plan. This is taken care by Microsoft in online version of Dynamics CRM. The next comes the on-premise. On-premise Microsoft CRM is installed on your server, giving you the complete control of the management and the maintenance of your database in-house. The on-premise version. In on-premise version, customer has to purchase the hardware, software, maintain a dedicated technical team who needs to monitor the server 24/7. On-premise is where customer has to purchase an extra investment. A customer has to invest extra on hardware, software licenses, and a dedicated technical team is required who needs to monitor the server 24/7. Then utilities existing investments in hardware and IT infrastructure. So an extra investment is required in hardware and IT infrastructure. Retain the complete ownership of data. Full control over when CRM updates and new feature upgrades will be applied. Can provide a greater CRM integrations capabilities with other data source, including accounting, product management, and ERP systems. Utilities in-house personnel or outsource IT resource who will manage the CRM. So what is the benefit of choosing CRM online? Or what is the benefit of choosing CRM on-premise? So as a customer, on what basis you will suggest your customer to go for online, or you will suggest your customer to go for on-premise? So with CRM online, there is no hardware needed. No hardware is needed to deploy Microsoft CRM online. Customers who don't have an IT department, often opt for CRM online for that reason. CRM Online provides easy, secure backup. Many customers choose the online version because they feel more secure knowing that Microsoft is performing the backup to their system. Like many of us, they know they will have difficult time ensuring that backups are done on a regular basis. So they prefer handing of backup responsibility to Microsoft. So many customers choose online version because they feel that online is secured and Microsoft is responsible for taking the backups. CRM Online gives a secure foundation. CRM Online gives the secure foundation. Microsoft CRM Online is built on Microsoft infrastructure as a service platform called Azure. So there are over 250,000 customers using Azure. Over half of the Fortune 500 customers use Azure hosting platform. With a 99.9% service level agreement there, you can be confident your systems is up and running. So Dynamics CRM itself is hosted on Azure platform, and Microsoft is saying that in online version of Dynamics CRM, they're going to provide 99.9% service level agreement that systems will be up and running. There won't be any downtime. CRM Online can be accessed from anywhere, which means that online version of Dynamics CRM can be accessed from anywhere. Why we can access from anywhere? By default, it is on internet. But whereas the on-premise is on intranet. On-premise version is on intranet. Online is internet. So you can access the online version of CRM from anywhere on internet. CRM Online provides faster setup. See, many customers choose the online because it's fast. Customers who want to get immediately on Microsoft CRM can opt for CRM Online for that reason. So if a customer wants immediately go live setup, then we would recommend that customer to go for the online because it doesn't require any infrastructure maintenance or dedicated technical team. Then next, what is the benefit of choosing on-premise? CRM on-premise allows the control upgrades. CRM on-premise allows the control upgrades. Mid-size organization often wants more control over when upgrades are going to be performed on their software. CRM upgrades can impact a large number of users, and therefore these type of organizations wants to have more control over when upgrades are released. Next, CRM on-premise allows faster local CRM connection. So if Microsoft Dynamics CRM is hosted locally, it is 100 times faster than online. So how we can justify this is like local instance, that is on-premise instance is on intranet and online is on internet. So intranet is 100 times faster than internet. CRM on-premise allows easier local integration. In online, we have a limitation. In online, we have a limitation that we will not be able to access the CRM database. But in on-premise, we have the full control. So there is no limitation. End-to-end integrations we can do with on-premise version of Dynamics CRM. CRM on-premise provides secure data, secure local data storage. So many customers choose the on-premise. So customers who are from legal, government institutions, defense, army, navy. So these type of customers would go for on-premise. So why would they go for on-premise is because their data is hosted on their environment. It is not hosted on cloud. So customers who are from defense, banking sector, and government sector, and non-NDA sectors, non-disclosure agreement sectors. So these customers, right, they don't want to expose their data in cloud. For these customers, we would recommend them to go for the on-premise version of Dynamics CRM. Next, CRM on-premise provides secure local data storage. CRM on-premise allows no limit to the custom entities. So in online, we have a limit to create a custom entities. In online version of Dynamics CRM, we have a limit to create a custom entities, but whereas in on-premise, there is no limit to create a custom entities. In online, we will not be able to achieve the complex reporting. In online, we will not be able to achieve the complex reporting, but whereas in on-premise, we have the full control to create the end-to-end reporting. So here, online authentication, online version of Dynamics CRM authentication can be done using Windows Live ID or Office 365. For on-premise, it is Active Directory authentication. On-premise, it is Active Directory authentication. Next, reporting in online, we have a limitation that we will not be able to access the CRM database. But in online, we have the full control. We can write even the SQL-based reports in on-premise. Next, in online, the configuration-wise, you can create 200 custom workflows and 300 custom entities. But in on-premise, there is no limit. You can create n number of custom workflows and n number of custom entities. Clear? Any questions?
Not now. We are using the cloud version, not on-premise version. So yeah, it's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be same thing. The look and feel of the application is same, but depends upon this knowledge is also required. Like as a consultant, on what basis you will suggest your customer to go for online or on-premise.
Yeah,
And the third one comes as the partner hosted.
Okay.
So there is one more instance called partner hosted. Partner hosted is like a example, like we have some third-party software companies like TCS, Infosys. So these companies, what they do is they host the CRM on their environment. Like Microsoft Gold partner companies, they host the CRM on their environment and provide the services to the customer. So for customer, it is cloud only. Instead of hosting on Microsoft servers, it is being hosted on the partner company. So why would customer go for the partner hosted? Partner hosted can provide some add-on services like SMS integration, advanced customized banking application, or a retail application. So that's where the customers would get targeted to the partner hosted. So they can provide more advanced customizations. domain specific customizations. So it is similar to online, but instead of paying to Microsoft, they are going to pay to the partner hosted companies. Okay, now in this training, right, will start with the on-premise. Same thing you will be able to do in online. Okay, so now to start, so for a practice purpose, you can register the online instance, which is valid for 30 days. You can just go to Google and type MS CRM trial version, MS CRM trial Dynamics 365 it is. Okay, so this is the link, and you can follow these steps to register the online instance. And one more important note here, when you're registering, right, make sure to select all the components. Or if you don't select all the components, only sales will get enabled, and you cannot enable in future. So at the time of registration itself, make sure that you enable all the all of this checkbox, all of these checkbox, and then complete the registration. So I'll ping you this URL. So for the practice purpose, whatever we are going to do in this session, right, same thing you will be able to do in online instance. So make sure that you enable all of this. If you don't enable, by default, sales will get enabled it. Only sales module will be there. So you will not be able to see other modules. Okay, so next to start with the on-premise version of Dynamics CRM. So what is the minimum hardware configurations and the software configurations? So you required the minimum hardware and the software configuration to enable the enable for on-premise version of Dynamics CRM. Okay, so minimum hardware configuration. Minimum you required 4 GB RAM and Windows Server 2012 R2, 2012 R2, SQL Server 2012 and above, Visual Studio. This is only for the development purpose. Visual Studio 2010 and above. So these are all hardware configurations and the software configurations. So what are the softwares required to install the on-premise version of Dynamics CRM? Is you required Windows operating system, Windows Server 2012 R2, SQL Server 2012 and above, with all the components, SQL Server with all the components, which means that SSRS should be installed. If SSRS is not installed, then the on-premise version will not installed. SSRS is also required. And
so what is SSRS here? Windows Server, right? Windows Server 2012 R2, then SQL Server.
yes, so when you go with Windows Server R2, right? This one, when you go with the SQL Server, all components means by default SSRS will also be installed.
Okay.
By default, SSRS will also be installed. So if you don't select all components, if you don't select all components, then SSRS will not be installed. And if SSRS is not installed, then CRM installation will fail. So it is mandatory. We required SSRS, and this SSRS is used for for reporting purpose. Okay, next we required Visual Studio. Visual Studio is for development purpose, not for the server requirement. Visual Studio 2010 and above for development. So these are the, and then next we required Dynamics 365 server, Dynamics 365 server, the Dynamics 2016 server, and Dynamics 365 updates. So these are the softwares required, and all these softwares comes with a trial version. All these softwares will come with a trial version, so you don't require any license version. So and Windows Server will come with 180 days trial version. After 180 days you can uninstall and then you can reinstall it. After 180 days you can uninstall and then reinstall it. Next the SQL Server will come with 180 days or 365 days. 180 days or 365 days. And then next we have the dynamic CRM server comes with 90 days. After 90 days you can uninstall and then reinstall it. So you can just go here. The links will also be shared to you. Dynamics 2016 server. So this is the on-premise version. It comes with the 90 days license trial license, 90 days trial license. After 90 days, you can uninstall and then reinstall it. Okay, now next to install the on-premise version. So here we have a document. You can follow this document. Each and every step is there in this document. These documents will also be shared to you. This document covers around 45 pages. Each and every step is there with screenshot to install the CRM on your personal laptop. So what you required in the personal laptop, if you want to install the CRM, you required Windows Server 2012, SQL Server 2012 with all the components, Visual Studio, Dynamics 365 Server, and Dynamics 365 updates. And if your laptop is having more than 8 GB, then you can create a virtual machine or a Hyper-V you can create. And if your laptop is having 4 GB RAM, then you can have a dual boot. In C drive, your Windows 8 or Windows 10, and in D drive, you can have a Windows Server 2012 with Dynamics 365 Server. Clear? Any questions?
No, not yet. Yeah, send me this document
Yeah, sure,
my email. Yeah.
Okay, next to install this Dynamics 365 server, right? First, what we required is operating system. Sequence is also very important. Operating system is required first step. Then install the SQL server. After installing the SQL server, you can follow this document. So next step is that first, when you install Windows Server, right, it is mandatory. Next step is to configure the Active Directory. So why do we require Active Directory? Active Directory is required to configure a domain Active Directory is required to configure a domain. Without Active Directory, CRM installation will not work. Without Active Directory, CRM installation will not work. So these are the steps to configure the Active Directory. So here I enable this one, Active Directory domain services, and follow the steps here. So this will configure the Active Directory. And once the Active Directory is configured, next step is that to install the SQL Server. So here they're installing the SQL Server. So IS configuration is there. So after installing the SQL Server, when you run the CRM setup, so here we run the CRM setup, it will ask for the license key. So this is what the license key which you're going to provide in, this license key. And when you enter the license key, make sure that you are connected to internet. When you are installing the CRM, make sure that you are connected to internet. And once you are connected to internet, these are the components that will get downloaded on fly. These are the components that will get downloaded on fly. And then it'll ask for rebooting the system. After rebooting the system, again run the setup and enter the license key and follow the steps in the document. It takes nearly 30 to 40 minutes based on your RAM configuration, and then the CRM will get installed on your personal laptop. CRM will get installed on your personal laptop. So this is what you see it. So once the CRM is installed, so this is a virtual machine. Now I'm logging into a virtual machine where I already have the CRM installed here. So when you install the CRM, it creates two databases. When you install the CRM, it creates two databases. One is mscrm underscore config database, and other database is like organization underscore mscrm. Now this behavior is there from CRM 4.0. The latest version of Dynamics CRM is Dynamics 365. The latest version of Dynamics CRM is Dynamics 365. And this behavior is there, that is having two databases is there from CRM 4.0 till Dynamics 365. From CRM 4.0 till Dynamics 365, we have this behavior that when you install the CRM, it creates two databases. One is mscrm underscore config database, and other database is like organization underscore mscrm. So let me go here in the database.
Is this database same like for same thing for on-site as well?
Yes, same thing. Only thing is that you will not be able to see in online.
Right.
You don't have access because it is on cloud.
Right.
Same behavior, no change will be there.
Why they are maintaining two databases, right? Everything in one database, correct? Normally we do our application.
See, the reason for maintaining two different databases is like Dynamics CRM comes with a multi-tenant feature. Multi-tenant is like you have one hardware, one software, multiple sites, multiple organizations. So for each organization, you will have one database. For each organization, you'll have one database, and one common database will be there, that is mscrm underscore config. Config will have all the configurations related to server, like license key and all the information related to the server will be there in the config database. All the information related to the server will be there in the config database. The config will have all the server related information, and this database, that is underscore mscrm, organization name underscore mscrm, this database will have the information related to your organization. See, whatever the customizations and development you are going to do, so that information will be there in the organization underscore mscrm database. Clear? Any questions?
No, I can able to follow. We can continue.
All right. So next term, so once the CRM is installed, right? Once the CRM is install. Next step is that you go to the program files. In the program files, you will see deployment manager. You will see a deployment manager. So this behavior is there, this deployment manager and database structure is there from CRM 4.0 till Dynamics 365. There is no change. In this behavior, there is no change from CRM 4.0 till Dynamics 365. There is no change. So when I go to the organization here, so this is the default organization. When the CRM get installed, a default organization will be installed. When the CRM is installed, a default organization will get installed. Next term, I am going to create a new organization. I'm going to create a new organization, and whatever the customizations and development we are going to do, whatever the customizations and development we are going to do, that will be specific to this organization. So going further in the complete training, in our complete training, we will be working on this organization. Whatever the customizations and development we are going to do, we will be working on this organization. Okay, so I'll name this organization here. That is July 2018 or June 2018. So this is our organization name, and whatever the customizations, data migration, development we are going to do, we'll be working on this organization. So when you go to database here, we have only one demo underscore MSCRM, right? When I create a new organization, it will create a database with this name, that is June 2018 underscore MSCRM. So whatever the customizations and development we are going to do, that will be specific to that database. Okay, so I'm going to click on next. So this feature is called multi-tenant feature. What is the use of a multi-tenant feature? Is that you have one hardware, one software, and multiple sites. Example, a customer is there, that is an insurance company, is a customer of insurance company, and he is also having another business called real estate. Now for real estate, he is not going to purchase a separate CRM license or separate free CRM infrastructure and environment. He is going to use the same infrastructure, same environment, same license, but organization will be different. For each organization, we have a separate URL. That is called multi-tenant feature in OnPremise. So I'm going to click on next. Next, so this will take around 30 to 40 minutes based on your RAM configuration. If you are having high-end configuration, it will get completed within 20 to 25 minutes also. Some error is there, extreme.
Mhm. The question for other, Salesforce, we are using their sandboxes, right? Why CRM
Yes.
we have, so why we don't have a sandboxes for my Dynamics?
You have the Sandbox instance, right? In online, right? When you purchase 25 plus licenses, you will get a Sandbox instance free in online. And on-premise, you can create a number of environments
Okay.
in on-premise. See, in on-premise, right? This is what the environment talks about. This is what the environment is talking about. You can have multiple instances.
Right. So for me, for my once this installation, we can wait for this installation. For my ARC, they are using online, right? So why don't we use one of our, sandbox, one of the available sandbox to go through other class, right?
Which one?
For Dynamics classes,
Mm-hmm.
why don't we are not using on-premise, right? So we can go through the online, any of the sandbox. If it is free, just do our practices and classes in online free sandboxes.
Yeah, we can do in that also. In online also we can do it. That shouldn't be any problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Instances,
Oh.
I think I can get in my work, I can get dev instance and UAT. Right now
Mm-hmm.
they're configuring for user testing, so I can get access in that. But I don't know, I can able to create I can do any configuration. They don't allow me to do right now. If it
Mm-hmm.
is, the online sandbox would be good for me right now. I know this is good. If I am going to different client, they may use on-premise version. It's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm preferring, let me, the online application, any of the sandbox, free sandbox we can use.
Yeah, we'll do that one. I'll set up that environment. So
Mhm.
we'll continue with that one. No issues.
Right.
Only thing is that we can use only for 30 days. After 30 days, you'll have to register and create another organization.
Right. Okay.
After
So,
30 days,
the
you'll have to.
okay, the
Yeah.
functionalities which after we install this one, after we clear the error warnings, and then we can the whatever work we do, this is exactly going to be same for online version as well, right?
Yes. Yes. Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay. Then it's
So
okay. Yeah.
same thing will be there. Only thing is like now the online version is the latest version, that is potassium version, and the on-premise
Mhm.
is having older version. Some look
Okay.
and feel changes are there. So it is better we will go with the online instance only then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because we are right now we already implemented, so other team is working on it. So I believe they are using completely online. There is no on-premise, so we can just
Mhm.
go through the online.
Sure, we'll set up that instance, online instance. We'll set up it,
When you set up,
and then
right, we can do through the class so that I can understand how you are setting up. Um,
Mhm.
I can also do any set.
Yeah, I think we'll do it right away. Let me go
Okay.
here. So this is the link.
So you are creating an account to access their sandbox, right?
Yes.
For 30-day trial.
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
So here we have to select all of this. We have to select all of this. Hello.
Sorry, I'm in mute. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So here this screen, right? So this is a
Right.
30 days trial version. So here you have to select all of this and then complete the setup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So right now, when you select, right, I'm really focusing on, okay, sales good, customer service. We are using USD, United Customer Service. Yeah, field service, we are completely using 100%. Uh, yeah, I believe all the modules, yes. And inventory, one more module. I don't see here. I don't know how inventory module fit on this demo.
Inventory model will not come with this setup. We'll have to
Mm-hmm.
install separately.
Oh, separate, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is different buying
Yes.
from.
Yes. 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 It will not come out of box.
Okay.
Yeah, now the environment is ready. So this will be the URL.
Okay.
Okay, so this is having all the modules. So whatever the customizations and development we will do, or we will be doing in this module only, in this instance. So going
Okay.
further, whatever the customizations and development we are going to do, that we will be working on this instance. So we'll save this one. So this version of CRM, this version of CRM is the Potassium version, that is 9.0. But in on-premise, this version is not yet released.
So our instance is ready. So now from next class onwards, we can start doing
Yes,
some.
yeah, we can start working on this instance itself.
Okay, great. Okay. So are we finishing the today's session?
Yes, we'll finish it. We'll continue tomorrow at the same time and then continue with this instance.
Okay. So, if possible, just, give me an next topic. Just tomorrow we are talking about this topic. Not today, from next day
Yeah,
onwards.
yeah,
Just,
sure, we'll update you.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Thanks for
okay.
your time. We'll see you tomorrow. If in
All
case
right.
any change, emergency, please let Prasad know. And
Sure, yeah,
I given your email also, right? Just send me an email.
yeah. Okay.
I will let you know to
All right.
Prasad as well. Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Okay,
Bye.
thanks.